Somebody flip this mission.
Section to move to get 5 to warrior to front.
Section move to move out. To the front. You also set us up near.
Just form up.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're
not, are you?
Two moving.
Copy that.
Movement. I would certainly take...
I will move on, hang on.
Fuck.
Moving.
Yeah, rifle, grab a lads and grab maybe 2 demo charges.
Section came up.
Yeah, event is not coming.
The sun just suddenly sprung up there.
Copy, I'll do the order march quickly before we then step off.
Sorry?
Yeah, you have plenty of time. Just wait out for now.
The wrong way, Rurik. You have to go left, I go right.
It's ridiculous. Fucking insert button doesn't work again.
Kaseki. Yes? I'm the FEC attached to section.
Ray.
Oh, okay. And
nervous?
your section are going to be sling rope PV.
Are you nervous?
ID threat, so I'll find out what length of rope we need and I'll let you know. So your section might pick one up. Okay. Alright, so
Thomas, you should be to the right of me.
Oh, okay.
There's no graph you show up.
Good stuff.
Bravo,
insurgents,
send it.
Do it in your race, can you?
Currently in 70 FPS, I reckon I can up a bit.
You can do it in your race menu as well.
I think. So what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you can.
Vince, look at me.
So what, we just ask badly?
Bravo, it's a solid copy. I managed earlier, but don't worry, if you need to carry the soft cover, that's just life over.
That's selfish.
Make sure you've got your earplugs in, lads.
Can't imagine there being any more than 200 quid each.
What, earplugs?
Bravo, roger that. Do you believe it's likely that we need to reconnect our hearts over?
My worksbench shit comes in.
I'm looking at rangefinders.
It's not coincidence, you fuckers, and I can see what you're writing.
We've got them on eBay at like £100. So I'd say military grade would be more than that.
I've seen 100.
What's your section's short range now? 5.
That military grade,
But would you be able to just have a quick look at the server and see if it's likely that we'll need to reconnect or is this file suitable over?
I've got a rangefinder if you need it, just ask me.
Yeah, please.
Brad, immersion.
It's me.
Roger, out.
Oh.
Alright, gents.
I'll grab one. Actually, no,
Listen
don't.
in. Quick company briefing. Right. As ever, logistics on a new operation is difficult. You can all beat up the supply sergeant later if you want to. But we're just now looking into whether the logistics problems are such that we may have to restart or whether we're going to roll with it. As it looks, everybody's in, so the likelihood is we're going to roll with it, but you're going to have to give us 5 or 6 mics just to figure that out. So great, thanks for your forbearance on that. As you know, first operation in UAO is about getting boots on the ground, establishing our presence and dominance over the area. As I've already explained to Section ICs, we're inheriting a pretty shitty situation in Aliabad region. In particular, the 2 valleys that we're responsible for, the Golam Valley running along the southwestern side of the AO and the Volak Valley running along the northeastern side of the AO. They have not had any ISAF or TNA military presence for at least the last 6 months, and the former TNA military commander from the 45 Light Infantry Brigade is currently imprisoned in the capital, awaiting court-martial for his role in weapon smuggling and drug running, not to mention failure to act suitably in position of command. What that means in practice is we inherit a very, very poorly sited and poorly maintained network of former US Marine Corps patrol bases. We don't know what the status of those patrol bases is, and we're going to move out over the next 24 hours, get eyes on those patrol bases, search them and attempt to secure them. Your Section IC's orders are to move to those patrol bases either via rotary or on foot, to secure those patrol bases, make a no BS assessment of their serviceability in terms of their state of repair and their location, then to conduct local security patrols, looking to identify suitable positions for observation points, firing points, or movement of patrol bases. We have very limited rotary capability, so once those requests are in, they will be prioritised through company command as to where we look to deploy some of our 23 Engineer Regiment support into improving or moving those patrol bases. So for the time being, this FOB is our main base of operations. That may change if we can find more suitable sites. All medical emergencies will be treated back at the FOB. Lift will be via the one Chinook airframe that we have, and that will be call sign Tricky. That's call sign Tricky. If possible, casualties should be marked with purple smoke once you see Tricky in the air. In terms of our specialist support, all medical personnel will remain at this FOB in order to lift in Tricky if necessary. TACP personnel should now have been assigned by Mr. Hope to the sections most in need of them. That would generally be the sections going furthest and requiring a rotary lift to do so. Further to that, we do have indirect fire support available from 7RHA at Zool Battery away to our northwest. We will advise you over the company net when that's in place. Lastly, just for all of your context, you should be aware that Private Cage will be promoted to Corporal Cage in order to act as the company signaller, and we will be making sure that the company signaller role encompasses most of what you'd expect from an infantry company tactical headquarters, i.e. keeping a real close eye on where you are in the field. So there'll be a premium on on regular and direct sit reps from section ICs, so we know who is where and indeed who needs support to the other. Two further things that I'll mention. One, IEDs, and two, IEDs. Don't walk on the roads. Don't walk without a mine detector. Do keep your eyes open. Do have your 9-liners in mind. It's a severe threat out there. If anybody gets taken out by an IED, it's a shit time for your section. If you do take a hit from an IED, section ICs, you must have half of your men on cover. Do not all run to the casualty. Get half your men on cover, take the rest of your guys to sort out that problem. If you're really in the shit, immediately get on the horn and call for assistance from another section. We've got rotary available. We will get another section in to support you and cordon that area whilst you deal with the casualties. That means you should all be able at any time to lift out from your current patrol route onto a new one. That means as you move, even if you haven't got TACP with you, be looking at suitable HLSs so that you can lift quickly if we need you in an emergency. Finally, once 7RHA is available, as per the firepower demonstration, pre-register. If you think you're moving over an area of high threat and there's an area that you want covered by artillery, make sure you pre-register those guns so you've got support available immediately should you need it. FSG-1 will be operating in vehicles. They'll be operating on the fringe of the AO, trying to keep to the high ground and staying off the roads. So you should be able to call on them if necessary with their 50 cals. Are there any questions before we step off?
Yeah.
Right. Go.
Are our jammers still being transported into the AO?
Yeah, unfortunately logistics failed to provide those jammers for now, so you'll be reliant on the Valen for detection and the Mark 1 eyeball. That means that there'll be a premium placed around marking and avoiding IEDs, i.e. by throwing light sticks at them rather than approaching to blow in place for this operation. Any other questions?
May I interject, we've also got the mine flags as well. I don't know if they work or not, but they're there.
Wait, awesome.
Okay, well, I leave it to you what you decide to use. Personally, if I've found an idea, I'll be throwing light sticks at it from a reasonable distance, including IR, please, so they can be seen easily from the air. All right, in that case, final orders are 1, 1, 2, and 2, 2. You have the closest patrol bases identified. You'll be moving on foot. Avoid the roads, avoid the populated areas, search compounds on the way at your discretion. Make sure you log your patrol routes. 1, 2, 1, 3, and 2, 1. You will all be waiting for rotary lift. That's at discretion. Mr. Hope, TAC PIC, he will inform you of your load order and when you're ready to lift. In the meantime, you should inform him where you're homeboning up in the AO. Are there any other questions before we step off?
Abbott.
Yep.
Abbott? Yeah.
Yes.
Luke?
Yes.
He's saying yes. Talk.
He's saying yes, Bradley.
Talk, Bradley. He can hear you.
I don't think Bradley can hear us, can he?
No, never mind.
Nope.
Well, I guess that doesn't matter. Mr. Hope, do you know what the load order is going to be for the sections that are skying out?
Yep. Initially taking out 1, 3, 1, 2, and then we'll be coming back for 2, 1 and FSG.
Roger that. 2, 1 and FSG. If you want to stand 2 by the main bunker, 1, 3, 1, 2, you'll be given your loading orders shortly by Mr. Hope. 1, 1, 2, 2, you're clear to move now. That's it. Good luck, gents. Carry on.